I have a confession to make. Despite having used Smartsheet for over 6 years, and even despite being Smartsheet product certified and working with countless clients in a coaching and consulting capacity, I still sometimes struggle with formulas. Now, I know what you are probably thinking, but you're the Smartsheet expert here. Well, you may have even noticed that I have a training course on formulas specifically, and you can check that out in the description below if you did want to sign up. But the trouble is, formulas can get immensely complex, and I'm all about saving time and minimizing effort. So I would like to introduce you to a little secret that has worked for me time and time again. Now, I must be honest, this is not the perfect solution out of the box. It will still require a little bit of tinkering on your part, but it can save you a lot of time up front and can get you a lot closer to what you need from the outset. So, what is this hack? Well, it's leveraging the Smartsheet community forums for getting initial formulas. So here's a couple of examples, and all you need to do is head into Google. So here is an example. Smartsheet countif formula to count 3 arguments. Now, my spelling today is appalling, so I apologise for that first and foremost. So this is an example of the type of thing that I would search into Google. And as you can see here, you're looking for the hyperlink that contains help.smartsheet or community.smartsheet. Now the help.smartsheet is all about the kind of learning center that's provided by Smartsheet, but it's really the community that we're looking for here. And what we're looking for are questions from previous Smartsheet users who essentially have the same issue that you do. And usually what happens is a question is asked and somebody who works at Smartsheet or an expert on the tool will reply with an answer. So you can look at what the specific use case was. So this individual's looking for something very, very specific in their sheet. So this is what I mean about you do need to tailor this to your needs. But if you start going through these community posts, you'll often be able to literally copy and paste a formula, and then you simply just update it to your needs. So the more specific you can be in Google, the better. So here's one as an example. So if you wanted to use a countifs formula, you could literally copy this straight into your sheet. Of course, you'd need to update the references, and bear in mind that this is a formula that is getting an incorrect error. But it's if we scroll down here, and if you look at the kind of comments and refinements to the formula, you're often left with either a perfect solution. See, look here, never worry, regards, it's all finished. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I overlooked that. That fixed it. So it's even good for just troubleshooting formulas that you may be encountering issues with. Sometimes, what I like with this as well is sometimes it gives me new ideas. So it is blank. Perhaps you hadn't thought about using something like that initially. So it's really, really useful for just learning from others. And it is really, really good. I've used, as I say, I've used it countless times. So that was the first example. I'll try and spell Google correctly this time. Here's another one. So it's particularly good, and this is where I, be honest, tend to struggle, is when there's kind of multiple or nested elements to a formula, so multiple if statements. So you could search for something like that. Make sure you start with Smartsheet, and what you can also do is you can append something like Smartsheet community onto the end. I don't know what is wrong with my spelling. It has been appalling since I started recording this video. So apologies about that. But you get the idea. If you put community into your search as well, then you can often find some really, really good posts. And don't just go with the top ones. Have a look through all of these. And that may sound time consuming, but trust me, if you're stuck on a formula that can take you hours and hours to do, you'll be surprised just delving into some of these, what you can get out of them. With very minimal updating, I've managed to create some really advanced and really technical formulas with this. So that is the main hack and tip I'd like to suggest to you today. But there is one other that I would like to show you, and that is using ChatGPT for formulas. So I'm going to head over to my account now, and I'm using the GPT-4 model, so bear that in mind. Now, what you want to do here, and this is an example prompt that you could use, is write me a Smartsheet formula no, sorry, a Smartsheet SUMIFS formula with 3 conditions. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. You could be really, really specific. You could say something like, I need you to sum column, and then put your quotation marks, what the column name's called, etc., etc. But I just want to show you with this really basic prompt what's kind of possible here with ChatGPT and how it can get you to kind of think about writing formulas. So certainly in Smartsheet, the SUMIFS function works similarly to Excel. If you want to sum a range based on 3 conditions, you would set it up like this. So this is what you could copy and paste to begin with. But bear in mind, the references are obviously not correct. But what I like about this is it takes it a step further. It gives you an explanation of each component. So it really breaks it down for you. And then it gives you an example. Let's say you want to sum the values in the sales column, where the region column is West and the product column is laptop, and the month column is January, and it plugs it all in. So you could literally just replace this with your exactly what you need, and it gives you all of the kind of proper syntax as well. So there you go, replace the column names in the brackets with your actual column names in Smartsheet. So this is just a fantastic tip. It's worked for me a lot, so I wanted to share it with you today. So if you're ever stuck with a formula in Smartsheet, you know, or perhaps you're getting errors, try these out. Try these solutions. They are really, really effective. And if you are looking for a more structured training, then do check out my course in the description below.